Hello, good afternoon all of you. Good afternoon Nishant. So it's time for our next session of this XAT course, and the topic for today is data interpretation. Is my voice audible? Clear? Nishant, is it okay? Yes, good afternoon Archie, Akriti, Sachin, Arpan. Okay, so let's start without any delay. It's 1:1 now in my watch. ठीक है, so we are talking of XAT DI. So you know, in the pattern of XAT, in the test of XAT, there are this quant and DI that's combined one section. Satvik is asking, इस बार CAT दिया था क्या ये वाला? No, Satvik, I told this in yesterday's last session also that I have been teaching and appearing in CAT since the last about 20 years. But since the last 3-4 years I have not appeared in CAT. Before that I have been appearing in CAT. I think last CAT I attempted was 2017 or 18. I don't remember exactly. After that I have not attempted CAT due to, I don't know, there may be many reasons. But till about 17 or 18 I attempted CAT continuously starting from 2008. 2008 was my first CAT, and I remember regarding my CAT attempts at 2008, which was my first CAT, that was a paper based test, and after that CAT went online, computer based test. So since my first CAT I have been attempting it nicely in quant, as I said yesterday also. Always I have got more than 99 percentile, and consecutively for many times I got 99.99 as well, and same is with LRDI part also. Anyway, this current CAT, as I have seen many reviews that many students were considering it tough or difficult, or less questions were solvable. These were the reviews which we have got on various platforms. But believe me, it's good for a good test taker. In general public it may consider scary, or it was very tough paper, I was not able to solve. But practically tough test means easily you can differentiate between a good student and less good student. When the questions are easy, so then it becomes more competitive actually, because almost everyone is able to solve the questions. So then the gap between the better student and less better student is very minimal, and with a slight variation in attempts, upsets can be there. But in a tough test it's a good thing. So same is with this test XAT also, and specifically this with DI, which we are going to discuss now. So DI in XAT, if you see the previous years, about 10 years ago, 20 years ago, so questions used to be very lengthy questions. So in those lengthy questions, big numbers are there, big calculations are there, and sometimes questions languages are also not clear. So most of the times most of the sets were to be avoided. Many sets you will see, many questions you will see which are very lengthy, which are understandable also, ki what is given, what is to be solved, what is to be asked, what is being asked. So that's how we were to choose which questions to attempt and which to not. And gradually, as we were discussing yesterday also, that the tests are coming, decreasing its difficulty level, and they are coming on almost same platform. So nowadays questions are more logical. So today we will start with some logical puzzles and some questions, and then some actual XAT questions as we did yesterday also. So our objective is again same, how to solve the question in a better way. First we need to interpret also. So because in DI there is one extra step than quant. In quant you know what we are to solve, but in DI the given data needs to be interpreted. So in data interpretation, you know the various forms there, and the various forms of representation. You know, it's pie chart, line diagram, bar graph, and tabular format, and caselet also, and sometimes mixture of one or more varieties. And simultaneously when logic is also involved, so puzzle solving or logical thinking, that becomes very integral part of the questions. So let's start checking your brain with a brain exercise. Okay, all of you are ready for the first question? Okay, we are starting with the first one. Here it is on your screen. So now this is a single question, it's sort of puzzle, and this was asked in a recent orientation program, training program for mathematics teachers of India conducted by CBSE. I was also a part of that, and it asked, fill a different digit from 1 to 9 in each empty square box to create three digit numbers. We have to fill the numbers from 1 to 9 in these boxes to create 3-digit numbers. This will be a 3-digit number, another will be a 3-digit number, and this will also be a 3-digit number. Now question is, what can be the sum of these three 3-digit numbers so that the sum is closest to 1000. So take your time and try to answer this. I'm waiting for your answers in comments. You have to make 3-digit numbers. It's your choice which number you want to fill in which box. So one number is to be filled in each box from 1 to 9, and all the numbers must be different. And our target is that sum of those three 3-digit numbers must be closest to 1000. So XAT asks logical questions like this. Gaurav is asking, is it XAT level? It's much higher than that also. Yes, we cannot repeat the numbers. It looks like Sudoku, Aniket, but it is not exactly Sudoku. We are to add the three 3-digit numbers formed, and we need to make the sum closest to 1000. So you write the numbers and add them up and tell me your answer in comment box. Like that, Vidisha has written 1, 2, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, 8, 9, right? So you can add them up and find the sum. And remember, target is to make the sum closest to 1000. Jayant is asking sum vertically or horizontally. These are 3-digit numbers, Jayant. This is a 3-digit number, another 3-digit number, another 3-digit number, and there are some you have to calculate as we add the numbers normally. Utsav, try to answer the question. Okay, 972 is one sum. Okay, Bidisha, I'm writing the sum here. Bidisha has answered 972. That's a possible sum. Good, Bidisha. Krish is saying 1053. Nice. That's also a good sum. But our target was to find the sum closest to 1000. Tanya, that 801 is also correct, but 801 is far away from 1000. So far, I think 972 is closer among these two numbers, 1053 and 972. Yes, Shreyansh, you have to add the numbers. While preparing, we should try not to avoid the questions. In the exam, we can certainly skip. Okay, Anushka is saying 774. 774 is far behind 1000, isn't it? 1044 is a possible sum. Good. So, but again, I think 972 is closer so far. Can we reach more closer? Shreyansh, 955 is not possible. Harsh Khatri, 1034, that is also not possible sum. Please check your sum again. don't do the mistakes in adding. Okay, we have got a closer number 981. Mandeep is writing that's closer and that's possible. Good. So 981 is best number so far. Yes, Gaurav, 918 is possible, but it is far away. Okay, Harmanjeet has reached 999. Wonderful. So 999, it is just one short of 1000. Yes, that's the best number. Now see, let's come back to the logic. Right now you were writing the numbers randomly, you were trying to add the numbers. Yes, Khan, that's correct. It's 999. That's the best sum, that's the closest sum which we can make. Can we not make the sum equal to 1000? What do you think? 999, many of you have done now. But is it not possible to make the sum 1000? Right now also in between I denied many sums, that sum is not possible. So how I can say that sum is, those sums are not possible? How to check whether 1000 is possible or not? So there comes the mathematics, there comes the logic. Now try to understand. Can you observe formula hai kuch iska? Ipsita is asking. Yes, logic is there. Ipsita, no formula. There is no requirement of any formula. In my this long span of teaching, I have always tried to avoid formulae. Formulae means some shortcuts, as you have mentioned, and those shortcuts depend on the logic behind that. So always try to go for that logic. What is the logic? Then you can create your own shortcuts, your own formulae. If you don't understand the logic, if you don't understand the intelligence behind any formula, that means you are trying to play with someone else's intelligence without having our own. So try to develop our own intelligence. Anyway, coming back to here, can you observe any common thing among all these 5 numbers which I have written here? Try to find what is a common thing among all these numbers which I have written here. Yes, Gaurav, that's my point. Always we should prefer the logic. So what is the common thing among all these numbers which I have written here? 1, 2, 3, 4 divisible by 3. Okay, Krish is saying that's correct. They are all divisible by 3. Anything else? Good afternoon, Soumya. Divisible by 9. Yes, Archie, that's correct. They are all divisible by 9. And you can see their sum of digits is basically multiple of 9. That's how you check whether a number is divisible by 9 or 3, right? So here sum of the digit is 18. Here sum of digit is again 18. This is 9. This is again 9. And this one is 27. So in all these sums which are possible value of the sum of 3 digit numbers, always we are getting sum of digits of the number as a multiple of 9. That is a number is multiple of 9. And that's how I refuted some of the numbers when said by some of the students that these were not the possible sums. Okay, now can you give me the logic why these sums are coming out to be multiple of 9? Why it is so? All these numbers are divisible by 9, that's correct, but why it is happening? What is the reason for that? Now let's try to understand here. I won't take much of your time. Let's quickly try to understand. See, here we are to fill the 9 digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in whatever order. Can you tell me what will be their sum of digits? What will be the sum of digits when I add all these 9 numbers? Yes, 1 to 9 we are filling now. We are filling the digits 1 to 9 here. So what will be sum of these 9 numbers? It's not 55, Prathamesh. Yes, 1 to digits, सारे digits आएंगे जयंत. Yes, 45 it is. We are going to use this repeatedly many times. 1 से लेके 9 तक के numbers का sum. And it's not difficult at all. You can use your formula also, n into n plus 1 by 2, you know that. Otherwise, you can make pairs, 1 and 9 add up to 10, 2 and 8 add up to 10, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, and 5 is left in between. So it's 45. So this sum is 45. Okay, sum of all the digits here is 45. in whatever order I put the digits here. Clear so far? Now further, the sum which we have got as 999, let me write it here, 999, this is our closest number as I am telling. So what is the sum of digits of this answer number? 999, if we add the digits, what will be the sum here? I am waiting for your comments. Yes, it is 27, 9 plus 9 plus 9. So my dear student, my question to all of you, here it was 45 and in the answer it is 27. Why? What is that? What is the reason behind this? How it is happening? It was 45 and now it is 27. Are you able to think anything why it is happening? Let's take a simpler example, a smaller example. I am writing it here. Suppose I am adding 23 with maybe 45. Okay. So 23 plus 45 is clearly 68, isn't it? Now tell me the sum of digits of these numbers. For 23, what is sum of digits? It is 5. Yes, somebody has written, Pritam is saying carry. That's perfectly alright. 23 sum of digits is 5 and 45 sum of digits is 9. Right? And 5 plus 9 is 14 and that is same as the sum of digits of this answer 68. Right? So there is no change. Here also it was 14 and the for answer also it is 14. Right? But if there is a carry as Pritam has mentioned, let me take another example. If I take the numbers as maybe 38 and I am adding suppose 40 or maybe 97. Okay, 38 sum of digits is 11 and 97 sum of digits is 16. But if I add the numbers 8 and 7, 15, 5, 1 carry, that makes it 135. Now sum of digits is 9. So here it was 27 and here it is 9. Now here is a decrease of how much? What is the decrease here? 27 to 9. It's a decrease of 18. Right? So what is the reason? As Pritam was mentioning, carry. So carry is the reason. How it is so? Let's see. See, 8 plus 7 was 15. Right? 8 plus 7 was 15. But 15 we are writing 5 and then 1 forward. So that 1 is being added as a single digit. Here we have taken 1 carry and again 9 plus 3 12 and then 1 makes it 13. So we are writing this 13 as 1 and 3. Now this 1 we are not treating it as 10. While adding the digits we are taking as 1. So basically whenever we are taking a carry, so 10 becomes 1, right? 20 becomes 2, isn't it? So when 10 becomes 1, what is the decrease in sum of digits? 9. Are you getting it? Let me take one more simple example. 5 plus 8 is 13. So sum of digit here is 13, but sum of digit in the answer number is 4. Right? So 13 becomes 4, decrease of 9. Reason? Carry of 1. So the 10, which is this 1's place, this 1 is at 10's place, it is amounting to 10 in the actual value, in the place value, but its face value is 1 only. So this is because that 10 becomes 1. So 10 becomes 1, that means sum of digit decreases by 9. Is it clear? Sum of digits decreases by 9 whenever we take 1 carry. Is this point clear to everyone? Please tell me. Only then we can move forward. Okay, some of you have been understanding it and some of you are finding it difficult. Okay, let's see it again, Aniket. I am repeating everything for everyone. Please see it again. Those who have understood also, please you can revise whether you understood carefully or not. So 5 and 8 I have taken an example here. So 5 plus 8 is 13. So 5 plus 8 is 13, there is no doubt about this. Now I am checking the sum of digits. Is sum of digits same or different? So sum of digits of 5 and 8 comes out to be 13 only. But sum of the digits of the answer, that is 1 plus 3, that comes out to be 4. So why 13 is becoming 4? That is my question. So 13 is becoming 4. The sum of digit is decreasing from 13 to 4. That is decrease of 9. So what is the reason for this decrease of 9? And the answer is simply carry. And how this carry is working? Because when I took 1 as carry, that 1 was actually 10. But while adding the digits, that 10 is being used as 1 only. So in place of 10, I am using 1. So that means I am creating a difference of 9. Right? Same way, if we need to take carry of 2. So some, let's say some in addition, we get a sum as 22 or something. So that 20 ka 2 when we are taking carry. So in place of 20, we are using the digit 2. So that means we are creating a difference in sum of digits of 18, 20 minus 2. So basic conclusion is that you can understand this. You can note in your mind now that whenever we are taking a carry of 1, there is always a decrease in sum of digit by 9. Right? Now let's come back to our original question. I am clearing all this stuff from here. Okay, now see it. Here sum of digit was 45. And because we are creating 999 here, this sum of digit is 27. Right? Now, sum of digit is going to decrease by that many 9s, whatever number of carry we have taken. Right? So, from 45 to 27 when it has reduced, can you tell me what is the difference between these sum of digits? From 45 to 27, what is the decrease in sum of digits? Just fast please. By answering you, we will easily understand. Don't worry. If you are stuck anywhere, don't worry, don't panic. I am here with you. Yes, 18 is a difference, right? 18 is a difference. So 18 difference means, what does it mean? It is because of carry, of course. So 18 means how much carry we may have taken? Exactly, Mandeep, that's correct. 2 carry we have taken. Right, we have taken 2 carry. Now where we have taken 2 carry is the sum of the single digit ones place values gave 2 carry, or 1 carry from ones place addition, 1 carry from tens place addition. That's up to us now, that we have to see, but it is certain that 2 carry has been taken place. Is it clear so far? We know that whenever there is carry, sum of digit will be decreasing by 9. And as it is, the sum is going to be 3 digit number or maybe 4 digit number also. So this 99927 is the maximum sum of digits possible. So certainly we have taken 2 carry here. Now when we have taken 2 carry, let's check what can happen. Tell me, can we have a carry of 2 by adding ones place values only? Is that possible? If I wanted that, let's say, assume that if I wanted that ones place values should give me carry of 2. So what should have been the sum of the ones place values? Mind that unit digit should be 9 and carry 2 I am looking for. So what should have been the sum here? Sum of the digits of the ones place values. Harshit, 20 की वजह से we will take carry ना 2. So but unit is must be 9. Even if we take 987, Himanshu, so the sum is maximum going to be 24, right? So that means, can we take, answer this question now, can we get a carry of 2 by adding these ones place values? No. We cannot make 29. We cannot make the sum 29 because maximum value possible by adding the ones place value is 9 plus 8 plus 7, which comes out to be 24. It cannot be 29. Right? So maximum carry possible is 1. Same way maximum carry possible is 1 by adding the tens digit values also. And from hundreds place value, can we take any carry? Certainly not, because if there had been carry, so the answer will be a 4 digit number. So that's not possible. Now we are done. Now you tell me. So by adding all these single digit values, ones place values, we want to get a carry of 1. That means what should be the sum of these ones place values? Mind that last digit is 9. What should be the sum of the digits of these ones place values? 19. That's correct, Himanshu. Good. How we are making 19? There can be various ways, Archie, but 19 should be the sum. That's for sure, right? 19 should be the sum here. So 9 we have taken and 1 will be carried forward, right? Now by adding this one, again this should become 19. That means sum of digit of the tens place values, how much it should be? Yes, 694 was also possible. So there are various ways. Yes, Mandeep, that's correct. The sum of digits of tens place value should be 18. So that 18 plus 1 will make it 19 and again 1 carry. Right? So these are the 2 carries here. So by adding this one, the sum should become 9. That means hundreds place when being added, what should be their sum? It must be 8. Right. Now we can just verify. So sum of these 3 digits must be 19, sum of these 3 digits at tens place must be 18, and sum of these 3 digits at hundreds place must be 8. So 19 plus 18 is 37, 37 and 8 is 45. Verified. Sum of all the digits must be 45. Now you can easily pick up your numbers, which number are to be filled where, and you can always get this largest sum possible. And now CAT level or XAT level questions, PNC question would be how many such ways are possible, right? How many such ways are possible? So you can find many ways. You can count that. Okay. So anyway, so question here was that what can be the sum of these 3 digit numbers so that sum is closest to 1000. So that maximum sum, yeah, that closest sum to 1000 is certainly 999. Now answer me, is 1000 possible? Can we make this sum 1000? What do you think? Let me write it here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I am adding these 3 numbers and each letter represents different non-zero numbers. So my question is this sum, can this sum be 1000? Certainly not. Because these are non-zero digits from 1 to 9, so sum of this is 45, and 45 and this is 1, 45 minus 1, 44 is not possible, because 44 cannot be broken into 9s, right? But if let me change the values and now you try to answer. If I make it 900, is that possible? Is the sum of these three digit numbers, can this be 900? Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Now tell me what will be the values of, what will be the sum of A plus D plus G? CAT question, XAT question, SNAP and MET, all. Tell me the value of A plus D plus G. Fast. No, Kanish, that's not correct. Harshita, I am only asking the sum of the values, sum of the digits A plus D plus G. Not correct. Anushka, it's not 9. Please think logically. Don't rush. Now you have started writing 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Why 8? Think. Now you have started 7. Vaibhav is the first one. So Vaibhav, Harshita, Mandeep is writing 8. Why 8, Archie? Rehan is saying 7. See, by the way, 7 is the correct answer, but let's recap all the things so that then we can move to the next question then. See, sum of the digits of all the numbers which are being added is how much? Sum of the digits of all these numbers being added, what is that? It's 45. I understand that, Harsh, सब कॉपी करते हैं. This habit is there in at all ages. I go to some CBSE schools also. So in schools, when any student shouts any answer, everyone says that answer. When it is asked why it is so, sir usne bola tha, sir usne bola tha, and all. So like that. Anyway, come back here. So the sum of all these digits is 45, right? And sum of the digits in the answer number is how much? Fast. Sum of the digits in the answer number, it is 9 only, right? So 45, what is the decrease in sum of digits? It is 36. Yes, Rehan, that's correct. So it is 36, which means a carry of 4, and a carry of 4 is only possible at 1's place and 10's places. At 100 place, certainly there is no carry. So from here we must get 2 carry. So 2 carry means this sum must become 20, right? And by adding this 2, again this sum must become 20. So that means individually B plus E plus H will be 18. So that 18 plus 2 becomes 20 again. Again 2 carry from here. And by adding 2, so 2 plus A plus D plus G, that must become 9. That means A plus D plus G must be 7. So the question which I asked you, A plus D plus G, so the answer here is 7. I hope this is clear to you. So you can take a screenshot of whole this scenario, and you can again apply your brain, again try to think. You have heard everything clearly, and this whole session is being recorded also. You can go through it again. It's not that you have skipped something. You can easily recapitulate all the things. So my whole purpose, as I have been saying it again and again, I will be doing that, कि use your brain, use your brain. Number ith batao sir ek bar. Rimjim, I didn't understand what you want to ask. Harsh is saying, sir, in this logic, how we are making sure that all the digits in every sum combination is different? Like how we are sure that we are making the sum 999 and not repeating any digit? Harsh bhai, हमने यही तो बात की है ना. These all digits are different from 1 to 9. That's how their sum is fixed. It is 45. Now which letter represents which digit, that I do not know, that I can fix up later. But sum of the digits is 45 certainly, and the answer digits must have a sum of 45 if there is no carry involved, and if there is carry involved in any addition step, so there will be decrease of 9 for every carry, right? So because 45 is a multiple of 9, and if you go on subtracting 9s from this, so certainly some of the digits of the answer will also be multiple of 9. So that's how we are proceeding. That's the basic logic. Okay, Rimjim is asking, अब नंबर बताइए. ठीक है, Rimjim is asking, अभी इसका सम 7 बनेगा. आप लोग बताइए, A plus D plus D, can you tell me any 3 digits जिनका सम 7 बने? Please tell me any 3 digits जिनका सम 7 बनता हो. Yes, 1 to 4, that is the only possibility. In whatever order we can arrange them. Okay, so let me write it somewhere. I'm writing it here. 1, 2 and 4. Okay, I'm writing in that order only. So these are the values of A, D and G. Okay, now tell me any 3 digits for B, E, H, so that the sum becomes 18. Other than 1 to 4, of course. We want the different digits. Tell me the 3 digits जिनका sum 18 बने. Sum must become 18. Okay, I've got one answer. Harshita says 738. Okay, anything else? Don't copy. Oh, by the way, this is not copied. Archie is also writing same thing. Any other way possible? 657 is also possible. Nice. There are various ways possible. Okay, I'm taking the first one, that's 738. Let's say this is 7, this is 3, this is 8, but we can see from the comments there are various ways possible. You can use your own brain also. Yes, 963 is also possible. That's Swasti, that's correct. Okay, I've taken this one. So now whatever remaining digits are, certainly they would be adding up to 20. Let's check. What are the remaining numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. So remaining is 5. Then 6 is remaining. 7, 8 is here. So this is 9. You can check that their sum will be 20. Now you can easily add them up and see the sum will come out to be 900, right? Let's add 5 plus 6, 11, 11, 9, 20, 0, 2 carry as expected, as planned. We have planned it. No? So 7 and 3, 10, 2 and 8, 10, so 20, 0, again 2 carry, again as planned, and 7 and 2, 9. That's it. I hope it is clear. And I have given you examples how these questions are being used in various exams in various ways, like a single question or maybe a complete set of questions. Which sums are not possible, which is the closest sum, what will be the value of this, what will be the minimum value of this, and so on. Okay, Preetham is asking why carry is not possible at hundreds place. Good question, good question. Who will answer this? Preetham is asking why carry is not possible at 100 place. Can anyone answer? Okay, I think it will take some time for you to write it. Let me tell. Yes, Rimjim, that's correct, because it will become 4-digit number. Good. You have told the whole thing in less number of words. That's clever thinking. Yes, it will become a 4-digit number. That's the only thing. So suppose if we wanted it to become a 4-digit number, then carry can be there. But right now we are looking for a 3-digit sum. That's why carry will not be there at the hundreds place. I hope it is clear. Okay, before moving forward, I think you can do one more question. Let's everyone answer this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. This time I want this sum to be 1008. Is it visible on your screens? Yes, it is visible. I want this sum to be 1008. Same question I'm asking. What is the value of A plus D plus G? A plus D plus G. Minimum value, maximum value, or there is fixed value? You have to tell me the value of A. Himanshu is saying 10. So chalo bhai. Are there more values possible? Harshita is also writing the values 5, 4 and 1. Bhaiyon behnon, that is not possible. If you will make A plus D 10, so kya ye B, C, E, F, H, I, these three 2-digit numbers will be adding up to 08 only? That's not possible. Take your time and try to answer this. Some of you are writing 7, some of you are writing 8. Rehan is writing 8 or 9. I'm writing the question here again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. The sum this time we want 1008, and it is given that all these 9 letters represent 9 different known 0 numbers from 1 to 9. And question is the value of A plus D plus G. Okay, let's quickly check it out. Sum of digits 45, sum of digits 9. So can you tell me total how much carry has been taken in this question? How much carry has been taken in this addition process? How much carry total? 3, 4, 2, twice. We will distribute it later, Archie. Okay, how carry is being taken? Total how much carry is being taken? It's 4. It's 4. It's not 3. It's 4. कैसे पता लगा 4? Please write in comments fast. कैसे पता लगा 4? Not 3 carry, Himanshu. Total carry I'm asking. Yes, 36 by 9. Why 36? Yes, exactly. Mandeep, that's perfect. 46, no, it's 45, beta. 45 minus 1 plus 8, right? This is 45 and this is 1 plus 8, that is 9. So 45 minus 9, that is 36. So there is a decrease in 36, which means a carry of 4, right? A carry of 4. See, at this place, 100's place, this time carry of 1 has been used because we are having 1 at 1000's place now, right? So that means we are only left with 3 carries now to be utilized at 1's place or 10's place. Can what will be the carry at this 1's place value? Can it be 2? Can we take a carry of 2 at 1's place value? No. Yes, exactly, Mandeep. So C plus F plus I cannot be 28. कनिष्क सी अगर मुझे यहां पर 2 कैरी लेना होता so I need to make 28 by adding the 3 digits, but we have seen it earlier by adding 3 single digit numbers and they are different also. So 9 plus 8 plus 7 maximum it can become 24. Even if they had been same 999, then also it must have been 27 only. So in whatever case 28 is not possible. So at this step I can take at most 1 carry. Right? So certainly from this step I must take 2 carry. That is the whole distribution of the carries and it is fixed now. So certainly we know the sum of the digits of these 3 numbers for these 3 numbers as well as these 3 numbers. Now for these 3 numbers, after adding these 2, the sum should become 10. So my question was A plus D plus G. So what will be the value of A plus D plus G? It is 10 minus this 2, that is 8. So this is the answer here. Okay, I will proceed further now. We have a lot more questions to go and many more things to understand. So my purpose is not simply to go through some of the questions which have appeared in previous year papers, which you can also see, which we'll be discussing here also. But the more important point is try to develop your intelligence. That's what you are going to use. And as I said earlier also, in actual XAT papers specifically, if you will see there are many lengthier questions and some of questions are unsolvable type questions also. So we need to choose which question can be answered. Okay, let's move further. So again, this is sort of puzzle. I'm reading it for you. 7 friends met in a party and some of them shook hands with each other as per the information in the table below. So there are 7 friends and some of them, mind this point, some of them shook hands with each other. Not everyone is shaking hand with each other, some of them. And the information is given here, person A shook hand with 6 number of persons, B shook hand with 5, C with 4 and so on. So question is, how many persons did G shook hands with? G shook hands with. With how many persons G shook hands? That's what is to be told. Now take your time, try to answer this question. With how many persons G shook hands? Okay, Bidisha is saying 0, which is quite obvious but wrong answer. Anushka is asking, are these all unique handshakes? Unique handshakes means they're shaking hand with each other more than once. No, when 2 persons are shaking hands, so they may shake it once, twice, thrice, 4 times and any number of times. This will be considered as one handshake. So handshakes mean number of persons, pairs, different pairs. So as I'm saying here, person A did 6 handshakes. It means person A shook hand with 6 persons. Okay, person B shook hand with 5 persons and so on. And that is a question that with how many persons this person G shook hands. Okay. Yes, Kanisk is saying G cannot be 0 because G must shake hand with A. Exactly. When I'm saying ki A shook hand with 6 persons, that means A has shaken hand with all the 6 persons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means D must have at least one handshake. Rinjim is writing 1 only. But is it exactly 1 only? That you have to find out. That you have to figure out. You will have to write it. Without writing, it will be difficult. Vidisha is writing, so 7 then. See, no one can shake hand with 7 persons because other than the person himself or herself, there are only 6 more persons. So 6 can be the maximum number of handshakes. Shruti is also writing 2 or 7. 7 is not possible, Shruti, we have just discussed. So why 2? Please think. Now Khan is saying 6. Satyajit is coming up with 3. I'm giving you 1 more minute to think. After that, we will discuss. Okay, Rohit is also saying 3. Kanishk also. Okay, let's see it here now. G shook hands with A, B and C. Kanishk is mentioning that. Good. Let's try to figure it out. Ki which person shook hand with whom? You know, which person shook hand with whom? Let's try to figure it out. So A shook hand with 6 persons. So who are those 6 persons? All the remaining 6 persons, isn't it? So let me write it here. Which color it is? Okay, so A shook hand with all the 6 persons. That means A shook hand with B, as well as C, as well as D, as well as E, as well as F, as well as G. Right? There is no doubt about that. So these are the 6 persons with whom A has shaken hands. Right? Now move further. B has already done 1 handshake. Let me write here also ki when A has shaken hand with B, C, D, E, F, G, that means all these persons also have shaken hand with A. So A, I must write it here because each one of these persons have shaken hands with A. Right? Now see here, F had only 1 handshake. So certainly he is not available for any more handshakes, right? F is not available for any more handshakes now. Let's move to B now. B has shaken hands with 5 persons. 1 is already there, A. So who are the other 4 persons? Certainly it is C, D, E and G because F is not available now, right? So B has shaken hands with further C, D, F and G. C, D, F and G. So let me write in front of C, D, F, G that they have shaken hands with B. So C has shaken hand with B, D also, and E, it was E, na? It is B and it is B. So far, is it clear? Is it okay? Are you understanding this? Let's proceed further now. So E only had 2 handshakes and they are already done. That means now E is also not available for further handshakes. So if I go to C, so C must have shook hand with 4 persons. A and B are the 2. Who are the other 2? Only available persons are these 2, that is D and G, right? So certainly C has shook hands with D as well as G also. So in front of D and G, I must write C. So this D has shaken hand with C, as well as G has shaken hand with C. Now proceeding further in the same way, D was to shook hand with 3 persons, and that is already done, finished. So we are done. So the question that with how many persons G has shaken hands is clearly A, B and C, that is 3, as many of you have answered it. Is it clear? Rimjim is saying 4 hai kya? Nahi ji, 4 nahi hai, it is 3. Understood? So this was again one simple example of this handshake problem, and there are various versions, various varieties in this handshake problem. The basic question you may have seen in your PNC classes also, permutation combination topics. Let's say if there are 7 persons, everyone shakes hand with everyone else. Can you tell me what will be the total number of handshakes? There are 7 persons, these 7 friends. Let's say everyone shake hand with everyone else. So what will be the total number of handshakes? I have asked some question. Have you been able to hear it? 21, 7 factorial. No, Sarfraz, Harsh. 21, okay. Why 7 factorial, Archie? That is misuse of the formulas. That's why I have been repeating it many times, and I will continue to repeat this. कि don't go for formulae. आपको सारे फॉर्मूले याद हो जाएंगे, but which formula is to be applied where, that you will never be able to understand. That is a drawback. So 21, many of you are saying. Bidisha is asking 35. Himanshu is using PNC 7C2. That's perfectly all right. Nishant, I think he has counted, is saying 20. No, Nishant, it is not 20. 21 is the right answer. See how we can count. So 7C2 is one of the ways that out of 7 persons, every pair of 2 persons is involved in one handshake, right? As I was telling, when 2 persons are shaking hand with each other, that is to be counted as one handshake. So there are 7 persons. Out of those 7 persons, choose any 2 persons, and so number of ways of choosing 2 persons out of 7, which in the terms of PNC we call 7C2. So that is the total number of handshakes. That is the shortest way to answer this, provided you understand the meaning of these terms. Okay, and how to simplify this? It is not difficult. It is 7 into 6 by 2 into 1, which is 21. This is one of the ways. What can be the other way? How to count simply? So let's say there are 7 persons, A, B, C, D, E, F, G only. So because everyone is to shake hand with everyone else. Okay, Rimjim is giving another formula. Yes, there can be many formulas, many ways to write this, but try to understand logically. That's what is my point. So if A is shaking hand with everyone, so A is having 6 handshakes, right? A has done 6 handshakes. B also has done 6 handshakes because everyone is shaking hand with everyone else. C also is having 6 handshakes. D also having 6 handshakes. E also having 6 handshakes. F also, and G also, right? So total number of handshakes must have been 6 times 7, isn't it? But that is double of the actual answer. Why it is so? What is the problem here? So in this counting, we have counted every handshake twice. When A shook hand with B, that handshake is counted among the 6 handshakes of A, and that is also counted among the 6 handshakes of B. So basically every handshake has been counted twice in this counting of 6 times 7, right? When A has shaken hand with C, so that is one of the 6 handshakes of A, and that is also one of the handshake of C. So every handshake has been counted twice because of the both the persons involved. So we need to divide this total counting by 2. So that will give us our answer. That's 21. Okay, that's another way, simple counting. Okay, let's do more basic counting. So A is to shook a hand with all these 6 persons. So B, C, D, E, F, G. So A has done 6 handshake. Now B, if I do not want to repeat, just repetition अब नहीं चाहिए मुझे Rimjim. Let's remove the repetition. So A has done 6 handshakes with all the 6 persons. Now counting for B, B has already got one handshake with A. So how many more handshakes B need to perform now? How many more handshakes B need to perform now? Please write in the comments. I'm waiting for your answers. Yes, it is 5. Good. So one handshake is already there. So let's not repeat it. So B need to do further 5 handshakes, right? So with all these persons. Now this next person C has already shook hand with A as well as B. So how many more handshakes will C contribute? Certainly it is 4, and then next one 3, and then 2, and then 1, right? So we can simply add them up, and that is our answer, which is same. N into n plus 1 by 2, you can use the formula, or you can directly add also. 6 plus 1 makes it 7, 5 plus 2 makes it 7, and 4 plus 3 makes it 7. So 3 times 7, that is 21. So basically there are various ways to answer the same question, provided we think logically. We try to look for the logic. Okay, let's proceed further. Here's another good problem which has appeared in one of the tests regarding handshakes only. And here it is on your screen. Take some time to answer this. I'm reading the question for you. It says, Sakev and his wife Musuk throw a dinner party and invite 4 other married couples. 4 other. Mrs. and Mr. A, Mrs. and Mr. B, C and G. So once everyone arrives, various people shake hands. No person shakes hand with himself, and no married couple shakes hand with each other. Sakev asks his wife and everyone else at the party that with how many people did they shook hand with, and is shocked to find that every answer he received was different. Following table lists the answers given by some of them. So you can see the table here. So everyone in the party either always lies or always tell the truth. So some ladies always lie, but men always tell the truth. Mr. B had more handshakes than Mr. C. In the party, Mrs. C said Musuk is lying about her number of handshakes. It is known that every one of the 9 people who answered actually shook hand with a different number of persons. So based on this, there will be 3-4 questions. हाँ, ये क्वेश्चन तो सज्जन सर की क्लास में सुनेला लगता है. हाँ, सुनेला तो है. सॉल्व करो अभी. Yes, you may have solved it. I have not created the question. Questions are throwing in the world everywhere. Now try to answer this. Take some time. Solve it. Okay, Harsh is saying Anjali वाला था. Anjali is liar. Okay, नाम बदल दिए होंगे ना sir. This is the original language. I have not changed anything. Sakev is missing here. Who was asking? Kanishk. It is because Sakev asked all the persons. Here it is mentioned. You can see Sakev asked his wife and everyone else at the party that with how many people did they shook hand with. So that's why Sakev's handshakes are not mentioned here. Please do it fast. Does anyone need more time? Vidisha is asking सभी distinct numbers थे क्या? It's mentioned here beta that let me underline it. So you are shocked to find that every answer he received was different. तो जो भी आंसर साकिब को मिले हैं, which everyone has told that with how many persons have they shaken hands with, that was different. And in the end also mentioned that every one of the 9 people who answered actually shook hand with different number of persons. So whatever answers, whether true or false, the answer which he has received, they are also different numbers from 1 to 9, and actual values are also different numbers. Yes, Saqib is also one of the persons in this handshake process. So certainly you must also have shook hand with someone. Okay, before moving to the questions on next screen, should we discuss this set now? Okay, we have taken enough time. Let's start discussing, and you can check till which point you have reached, which point you have thought correctly, or where you were lagging behind. Yes, you may have got confused in between. That's possible. मूसुक अपनी ही पार्टी में झूठ बोल रही है. हाँ, साथ साथ मजाक करने का भी अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है हमारे पास. ओके, लेट्स कंटिन्यू. आई वुड लाइक टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द लास्ट पॉइंट वेयर इट सेड that it is known that every one of the 9 people who answered except Saqib, the host, all of the 9 persons who are answering, so they answer actually shook hand with a different number of persons. So tell me one thing, 9 different persons are saying 9 different answers. So first tell me one thing, what can be the maximum number of handshakes done by any person? Among all these 10 persons, what can be the maximum number of handshakes done by any person? Whatever you have been thinking, leave that behind now. Now answer my question. Yes, Bidisha, that is correct. 8. It's not 9, Mandeep. Why it is not 9? Because it is mentioned in the beginning, if you see carefully, that no person, here it is mentioned, no person shakes hand with himself, which is quite obvious, and no married couple shakes hand with each other, means with partner. No husband shakes hand with wife, or no wife shakes hand with her own husband. So basically a person can have maximum number of 8 handshakes, leaving 2 persons. Who two? The 2 partners. A husband cannot shake hand with himself or with her wife. So remaining 8 are the persons with whom a person can maximum shake hands. So maximum number of handshakes by any person is 8. Is it clear? So what can be the minimum number of handshakes done by any person? What can be minimum number of handshakes done by any person? I know that there are 9 persons and all of they shook hand with a different number of persons. Yes, so minimum number of handshakes must be certainly 0. So the 9 different answers which are going to be there for these 9 persons is actually from 0 to 9, isn't it? Sorry, 0 to 8. 0 to 8. Is this point clear? Sanya, it will not be 1, it should be 0. Because if it is from 1 to 8, then we are having only 8 different numbers. But there are 9 different persons who are giving different number each. So 9 different answers are certainly 0 to 8. Right? Is this point clear to everyone? That all these 9 persons are having number of handshakes from 0 to 8. Now tell me one more thing before proceeding further. Saqib, who is the husband, who is the host, and who is asking these questions to all the remaining 9 persons, can you estimate what will be the number of handshakes of Saqib in the range? Not exactly, of course. What will be the range? Will the number of handshakes of Saqib be also between 0 to 8 only, or it will be some other number? It can't be some other number, because it cannot be less than 0 and it cannot be more than 8 also. So certainly Saqib, the host, must also have shaken hand with the number of persons ranging from 0 to 8. Right? Now let's make a table. Except that Saqib, who is repeating his number of handshakes between same 0 to 8, all other 9 persons are having different number of handshakes from 0 to 8. Right? Now think of the person who has got 8 handshakes. I'm writing it here. Is it visible? Yes, it is visible on your screen. So think of the person who has shaken hand with 8 persons, right? I want to have 9 persons with a number of handshakes from 0 to 8. साकिब की बात बाद में करेंगे. तो जो 8 handshakes वाला person है, this person has not shaken hand with his or her partner, right? And not with himself or herself, but he has shaken hand with each of the other remaining 8 persons, right? Can you think then who will be the person with 0 handshakes? Because everyone is there who has done at least 1 handshake with this person. Who will be the person with 0 handshakes? Rimjim is asking between IG. What is IG, beta? IG bole to. Yes, Archie, that's correct. Mr. A agar 8 hai to Mrs. A will be 0. Right. So I don't know whether that person is A or not. Acha, you are seeing A here, right? That's correct. So I'm not seeing it right now. But certainly 8 and 0 will be a couple. Acha, I guess. IG was I guess. Thank you, Khan. So 8, 0 will be a couple. Because except this person's partner, everyone has had at least 1 handshake with this particular person. Is this point clear to everyone? That's a very important key point to answer this question. As I said, this is a puzzle based question. It's a logical puzzle and it takes time to solve. So this person, whoever it is, by the way, in this case it is A, Mr. A. So Mr. A has shaken hand with everyone else except his wife. So only his wife can have 0 handshakes because everyone else has shaken hand with person A, Mr. A. Right? So 8 and 0 makes a couple. Clear? Let's move further. Whoever has done 7 handshakes, don't see to this table right now. I request you, please don't see this table right now. We will come to it later. So whoever is having 7 handshakes, so this person has already had 1 handshake with this 8 wala person. This 7 wala person cannot shake hand with this 0 wala person. This 7 wala person cannot have shake hand with his or her partner, right? तो अभी तक तो इसका एक ही हैंडशेक हुआ है. Where are the 6 more handshakes? So certainly 6 more handshakes will be the remaining with 3 couples. Remaining 6 persons. That means remaining 6 persons each have had at least 2 handshakes. Is that point clear? Let me repeat the whole thing. What I'm saying, कि 8 handshake wala person ka partner has done 0 handshake. Now I'm looking for the person, whoever it is, who has done 7 handshakes. तो 7 handshake वाले person ने क्या किया है, किसके साथ handshake किया है? तो this person has got 1 handshake with this 8 वाला person. And now 6 more handshakes are remaining. So among those 6 handshakes, this person cannot shake hand with this 0 person. This person cannot shake hand with his or her partner. So the 6 handshakes will be with the remaining 6 persons. That means the remaining 6 persons each have had at least 2 handshakes. So 1 wala person kaun hoega? The person who has had 1 handshake. Who will be that person? Certainly it must be partner or couple of this married couple, married partner of 7. Is it okay? So 8, 0 makes a couple, 7, 1 makes a couple. Right? Are you getting any logic? What is going to be further? Which is the next couple now? Going by the same logic, not 6-3 Kanishk, it will be 6-2. Because this person who has had 6 handshakes, he has already done 2 handshakes here, right? And now 4 more handshakes are remaining, so which cannot be with either of these 3 persons. So these are with 4 other persons. So all other persons have had at least 3 handshakes. So 6-2 is a couple, and next 5-3 is a couple, and finally 4-4 is also a couple. I hope this is clear. That's it. So only this logic needed to be cracked in this question. Now rest thing is very quickly you can do it. So these are the couples, and can you, before proceeding further, can you answer this 4 is repeating? सो ये इनमें से एक 4 इज हैंडशेक ऑफ विच पर्सन? It belongs to the host, Sakiv, because other than this person 4, all other persons are having different number of handshakes. So certainly the person who is asking, that is host, is Sakiv, has had 4 handshakes, right? Savik nahi hai bhai, it is Sakiv. Okay, it's okay. So let me write it here. Sakiv has had 4 handshakes. So now let's extend this table. So in the table given, we were having the number of handshakes told by these 9 persons, and in the term table I will write number of handshakes by these persons. Okay, so Sakiv ने तो कुछ बताया ही नहीं था, but Sakiv has done 4 handshakes that we know now. Okay, so yes, and all the 9 people are unique, right? So let's see here. So everyone in the party either always lies or always tell the truth. So some of them are Is it audible now? Is it audible now? Yes, okay. Yes, you are right, Harsh. Mic नीचे गिर गया था. Okay. So Mr. A has done 8 handshakes. Certainly, Mrs. A must have done 0 handshakes, but she is saying 2 handshakes. That means she is a liar. So her actual handshakes is 0. Right? So, but Musuk is saying 0 handshakes, so Musuk is also a liar. We know that Musuk, the hostess, must have handshakes equal to 4, because 4 makes a couple. So number of handshakes of Musuk is also 4. Now this Mrs. B was saying 4 handshakes, so she is also a liar. Right? So Mrs. B has how many handshakes? We don't know. But let's see for this person. Mr. D is saying 6 handshakes and he is a truth teller. So his counterpart, his wife, Mrs. D, must have had how many handshakes? It must be 2 certainly. So this is 2. So how much she has said we do not know. Can you estimate whether Mrs. D is a truth teller or liar? Although the data is missing here, but can we estimate, can we guess this, whether Mrs. D is a truth teller or liar? Yes, fast. Yes, liar. Why liar, Nishant? Kanishk? Because actually she has shaken hands with 2 persons, but she certainly didn't say 2. Why? Because Mrs. A has said 2 and she has said a different number. So certainly she is also a liar. I do not know what number she said here, but whatever she may have said, she is certainly a liar. So that is also confirmed. And who else? Let's move further. So Mr. A had certainly 8 handshakes, Mr. D certainly had 6 handshakes, and Mrs. B is a liar, so she do not have 4 handshakes, of course. So I do not know these values. So these are the missing values so far. What is known to us further? Mr. B had more handshakes than Mr. C. Mr. B had more handshakes than Mr. C. See in the table, 8-0 is fixed, 6-2 is fixed, 4-4 is fixed. So remaining two couples have 7-1 and 5-3 handshakes, right? 7-1 and 5-3. These are the two values left. We are having one more point to go. Mr. B had more handshakes than Mr. C. So Mr. B had more handshakes than Mr. C. So there can be various combinations possible. I can take 7-3, 7-5, or maybe 5-3-1. So or 3-1 also. There can be various combinations possible. So still it is not comprehensible. So let's leave it. Let's move further. In the party, Mrs. C said, Mrs. C said, क्या बोला Mrs. C ने? She is saying, Musuk is lying about her number of handshakes. So Musuk is lying, which is true. That means Mrs. C is truth-teller or liar? She is truth-teller, right? So you have written this. So Mrs. C is certainly a truth-teller. So she has certainly 7 handshakes. So this is 7. That means Mr. C must have had how many handshakes? Certainly 1 handshake, right? Now Mr. B and Mrs. B must be having 5 and 3 handshakes. But which person is having 5 handshakes and which one is having 3? That is still not clear, because whatever value I put here, 5 or 3, it is going to be more than number of handshakes by Mr. C. So this is a whole table we can fill with all the information. So the table is having the values told by the persons, and with this we have determined who is a truth teller and who is a liar. Men, we already knew it was given that they are truth tellers. So T, 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 T. For females, we have identified this is a liar, 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 and this is a truth teller and this is a liar. And Sakiv is a man. It's mentioned that they are all truth tellers. So that has been identified. So who is a truth teller and who is a liar? So I hope all of you have understood this table, right? So let's see the questions now, and you can easily answer them. So questions are here on your screen now. I hope you have written this table. You have drawn it. Now these are the questions. First one: how many of the ladies always lie definitely? Write your answer. How many of the ladies always lie definitely? Let's see, go back to the table. We can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's 4, not 3, Preetham. Arey Baba, ye Musuk is also a lady, na? How many of the ladies always lie definitely? There are 4, right? That is Musuk, Mrs. A, Mrs. B and Mrs. D. Okay, move to next question. It says, how many people did Musuk shake hands with? That's easy to guess. Tell me the answer. With how many people did Musuk shake hands with? Yes, it is 4. We have saw that. We saw that host and hostess both had 4 handshakes. Third question: what was Mr. B's answer? Let's go back. What was Mr. B's answer? So it is blank here, and options. We are having these options: 1, 3, 5, either 3 or 5. So certainly option 4 is the right answer. Right, so it is 3 or 4. And fourth question now: for how many of the couple out of A, B, C, D, number of handshakes of both husband and wife can be correctly determined? See the question here, it is asking only about the 4 invited couples, not the host. Yes, 3. So we cannot determine the actual number of handshakes by Mr. B and Mrs. B individually, but for all the remaining 3 couples, that is couple A, couple C and couple D, we can identify. So 3 is the answer here. And the final question here: which of the following did not shake hand with anyone in the party? That means the person with 0 handshakes. Let's go back to the table. So we can clearly see that it is Mrs. A. So Mrs. A, that is first option, should be the right answer. Is it okay? Understood? Should we move to the next question now? Okay. So here is the next set for you. So this is from a previous year's CAT paper. Some of you may have seen it earlier. For admission to various affiliated colleges, a university conducts a written test with 4 different sections, each with a maximum of 50 marks. The following table gives the aggregate as well as sectional cutoff marks fixed by 6 different colleges affiliated to the university. A student will get admission only if he or she gets marks greater than or equal to the cutoff marks in each of the section, and his or aggregate marks are at least equal to the aggregate cutoff marks as specified by the college. So admission will be taken only if cutoffs are clear, and cutoffs are only where it is mentioned. Like for college A, only we are having sectional cutoff in 3 sections, and aggregate cutoff marks are there. So you have, I think questions are on next screen, so you may have to draw this table. You can draw this table, of course, you need to solve it. You can draw this table or take screenshot, whatever way is convenient to you. So then we can move to the questions. Yeah, before moving to the questions, let me ask you some observations based on this table only. Can you tell me with what lowest marks in section D a person can be admitted in college 2? I am not going to the actual CAT questions, we will go to that later. Just tell me this, just answer this question. With what minimum score in section D a student can be admitted in college 2? कॉलेज 2 में एडमिशन के लिए सेक्शन डी में मिनिमम कितना स्कोर होना ही चाहिए? Please answer in the comments. 50, Rehan says. I'm asking minimum, Rehan. With what minimum score in section D a student can be admitted in college 2? 50 is not correct, of course. 44 is not correct, Archie. Please think logically. This is a very simple question, and based on the same previous data used by CAT, we are creating questions now. 35 is, think again. I think it can be further reduced. See, my target is to get the minimum score in section D, but still get admission in college 2. 35, 40, 42, 44, 43, different answers we are getting. No, still not a single correct answer. Bidisha is now saying 30, then okay, if not 30, then what next? Think again. श्रुति जी कह रही हैं 35. रोहित comes up with 25. This is the lowest so far. देखो भाइयों, 25 is possible क्या? I think I'm coming in between you and the table. See the complete table. Okay, let me explain. 25 is the right answer here. To see, dear students, 175 is the minimum cutoff required aggregate, right? So if I want to minimize score in section D, the overall score should also be minimum only, right? So what is the minimum possible overall score for college 2? जल्दी से comment में लिखो. What is the minimum total score required to take admission in college 2? To take admission in college 2, what is the minimum overall score required? Arey, I am waiting for your comments. Whatever you are speaking, I am unable to hear. Yes, it is 175. Only Rohit is answering. What about others? Do you agree with Rohit? Rohit is saying total 175 minimum score is sufficient. Prakhar is saying 175 minus 150. Okay, you are solving it now. Total minimum score I am asking about ki in college 2, if I want admission in college 2, so what should be the minimum total score, your total aggregate score? That's 175 certainly, right? Vidisha 140, I don't know what you have written. It's 175. Prakhar, that is correct. So now to minimize the score in section D, other section score should be maximized, and that can be maximized to 50 each, because each section is having a maximum marks of 50. Right? Each section is having maximum marks of 50. So if a student gets 50 marks in section A, 50 in section B, 50 in section C, so he has already scored 150 in the 3 sections. So in section D, even if he get the lowest score of 25, he can be admitted in college 2, because he is clearing all the cutoffs. Is it clear? So that's the whole idea of answering all these questions. So I hope all of you have made this table. So I am presenting the questions before you, which were the actual CAT questions. So here are they. So these are the 1, 2, and 3 questions. Please answer them. Let's answer them one by one. First, answer the first question. Aditya did not get a call from even a single college. What could be the maximum aggregate marks obtained by him? I repeat, Aditya did not get a call from even a single college. What could be the maximum aggregate marks obtained by him? He is not getting call from any college. Let's go back to the table. Aditya is not getting a call from any of the college. भाई रिमझिम अगर टोटल 200 वो ले आएगा तो फिर तो कट ऑफ सारा क्लियर हो गया ना. Aggregate cut off is cleared, sectional cut off is also cleared, so he must be getting call from all the colleges then. But it is mentioned here that he did not get a call from any college. He did not get a call from any college. So now what can be the maximum aggregate marks which he can obtain? Now try to think in that way, that his aggregate marks are highest possible, but he is not getting a call anywhere. It can be more than 170, Kanish. Do you know it? Why is 170? It can be more than that. See, our objective is clear. We want to increase the total obtained score, but still the student is not getting a call from even a single college. निशांत 196 तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो गया भाई. 196 से कैसे होगा? What sectional score you are looking at, Nishant? As per you, what will be the sectional scores? Himanshu is also saying 195. That's a huge number. What will what according to you should be the scores in sections A, B, C, and D? Please write your bifurcation of the sectional scores. सेक्शनल क्लियर नहीं होगा बी, इसलिए नो कॉज. यस एग्जैक्टली, दैट्स करेक्ट पॉइंट रिमझिम. तो सेक्शनल कट ऑफ मार्क्स में हमें अटकाना है. सेक्शनल कट ऑफ मार्क्स शुड नॉट बी क्लियर, ओनली देन अ स्टूडेंट विल बी नॉट गेटिंग अ कॉल फ्रॉम एनी कॉलेज. तो रेहान इज सेइंग 50 40 50 50. भाई 50 40 50 50 if you are doing, so here if you are saying 40, Rehan, so these 3 colleges are certainly out of the contention because their sectional cutoff is not clear. But these 3 colleges they are not having any sectional cutoff here, and the other sectional cutoffs are already cleared, and total sectional cutoff is also clear, so they will be getting a call, na? So 50, 40, 50, 50 will not satisfy certainly. So we need to give the sectional marks in such a way that student is somehow barred from taking admission. 44, 44, 41, 43. Also my target is there, Prakhar, that I want to increase the score. So it's not that in every section you remove that. See, the correct way would be to think in this way, that give less number of marks in least number of sections. I repeat, choose those sections in which if I give some less marks, if I get less marks, then I'm not clearing the cutoff of many colleges. What is the, can you see which section is there in which most colleges are having a cutoff? Which college is there, which section is there in which most colleges are having cutoffs? Here we are having 3 colleges, 3, 4 and 2. So certainly it's section C. Rinjim 25 minimum to एक question के लिए हमने किया था. We can change the marks, ना? So section C is here where we are having 4 colleges. If I give what maximum marks can I get in section C so that these 4 colleges will not give me a call? What maximum score can I get in section C so that these 4 colleges are not going to give me a call? (41), yes, yes. So if I'm getting 41 here, so these 4 colleges are out of contention. The student cannot get a call from these 4 colleges even if his aggregate score is crossing these values, but still he will not be getting a call from these 4 colleges because this sectional cutoff is not clear, right? Now we don't need to look for these 4 colleges in any other section. In any other section, the students may have received 50-50 also, no problem. Okay, now we are left with these 2 colleges, that is college 4 and college 6. How, which section can stop a call from college 4 and college 6? Is there any one section whose cutoff marks, who is having cutoff marks in these 2 colleges for college 4? Which section? Yes, section D. In section D we are having cutoff marks only in these 2 colleges. So it is 45 and 44. So what maximum marks should I get here so that these 2 colleges are also not going to give a call? Yes, Rehan, you are getting the right answer now. Not 41, Rimjim. What should be the marks obtained in section D so that these 2 colleges are not going to give a call? 43, yes, just less than 44. So it is 43. And in other sections, now whatever maximum score we can get, so we may, so highest possible is 50, 50, 41 and 43, and that gives us the total of 184. So even if our total aggregate score is clearing all the aggregate cutoffs, but because of the sectional cutoffs, so the person is not going to get a call from any of the 6 colleges. Is it clear? That happens practically also. So that's how sectional cutoffs are important wherever they are. Clear? Should we move to next question? Okay, let's see the next one now. Just read it here. Bhama got calls from all colleges. Now the second person, he got calls from all colleges. So what could be the minimum aggregate marks obtained by her? Right? It is just opposite question. So we need to minimize the aggregate marks obtained by her, and she is getting call from all the colleges. She got calls from all colleges. Okay? So I'm coming back to the table. So for that I think I need to erase. Okay, so we need to find the minimum aggregate marks obtained by Bhama so that she is getting calls from all the colleges. Here is the table. Okay, 181, 180. This time we want to get calls from all the colleges and we want to minimize the total score. Okay, what are the constraints now? Can total score be less than 171? Can total score be less than 171? Certainly not. Total score must be minimum 180 so that all these aggregate cutoffs are clear, right? Because we want to get calls from all the colleges, so all the cutoffs must be clear. So if, regarding aggregate cutoff, the total score must be minimum 180. That's one point. Now certainly all the sectional cutoffs should also be clear, right? So in section A, what minimum score will work? In section A, what should be the minimum total score? Okay, total you are telling me 186. In section 1 I am asking, so yes, it is 45, that's correct, because in other sections, in other colleges there is no cutoff in section 1, but these 3 colleges are having cutoff. So if I am getting 45, so section A is clear for all the colleges. Same way for section B, again 45 will work. For section C, 46 should be the minimum score, and in section D again it should be 45, right? So can we say that all the sectional cutoffs are clear now with these marks? Right? If I am getting 45, so my section A is clear for all the colleges. Section B is also cleared with 45 marks, section C is cleared with 46 marks, and for section D, if I am getting 45 marks, I am done. So cutoff, sectional cutoff is clear for all the colleges. Now let's check the total aggregate score, how much it becomes. Add them up, कितना बनता है देखो, 45 plus 45 plus 46 plus 45. How much it is? One, right? Yes. So this 181 satisfies the aggregate cutoff criteria also. Rehan is saying section D, C1, section D, college 1 you are saying will be 50. Why 50? Why 50? Rehan, see, for college 1 if you are saying, college 1 we have got these mark sheet with us, ठीक है? तो लेट्स चेक कॉलेज 1. कॉलेज 1 क्या बोलता है? कॉलेज 1 बोल रहा है सेक्शन ए में 42 होना चाहिए मिनिमम. आई एम हैविंग 45, सेक्शन क्लियर. Section B is demanding for 42 marks minimum. I am having more than that. That's fine. Section C is also demanding minimum 42 marks. I am having more than that, 46. That's clear. And section D has no demand. I am still having 45. No problem. And now aggregate demand for college 1 was 176. I am having more than that. What's the problem with college 1? No problem, right? Is it okay? Okay, let's move to the last question of this set. Is it clear, Rehan? Are sectional cutoffs not there or missing from table? They are not there, beta. It's mentioned. Where it is mentioned that data is missing? There is no missing data. For admission to various affiliated colleges, a university conducts a written test with 4 different sections, each with a maximum 50 marks. Following table gives the aggregate as well as the sectional cutoff marks fixed by 6 different colleges affiliated to the university. There is no mention of any missing data anywhere. So don't assume that. In the questions of CAT or XAT or whatever MBA exams, so wherever there is a missing data, it is always mentioned that partial information is provided or some data has been erased accidentally or missing table is missing values are there and so on. If there is missing data, if nothing is mentioned, then whatever is given is perfectly fine, right? That's how we did the first question when I asked you what is the minimum score in section D possible for getting a call of college 2, right? Okay, let's move to the last question of this set, and we are running out of time also then. Here it is. The last question says, Charlie got calls from 2 colleges. Now, which 2 is not mentioned here, but 2 colleges. So what could be the minimum marks obtained by him in a section? It's not sections, it's a section. I repeat the college. It says Charlie got calls from 2 colleges. Two colleges means exactly 2 colleges. So what could be the minimum marks obtained by him in a particular section? I hope the question is clear to you. So out of the 6 colleges, Charlie is getting calls from exactly 2 colleges. Which 2 colleges, that you are to decide. But our requirement is that what could be the minimum marks obtained by him in a section. So we want to minimize the score in one of the section. So let's go back to the table. Here it is. Now try to find out that there is a person who is getting calls from exactly 2 colleges. So what can be the minimum score obtained by him in one of the sections? Okay, Nikhil is answering 21. Won't be feasible, doesn't look feasible. Nikhil, please check it again. Kanishk is saying college 2 and college 3. Yes, college 2 and college 3 are having least aggregate cutoff marks. So yes, that should be preferred. So proceed further. Try to find out what can be the minimum marks in a section then. Rehan is saying 25. Rudra also says 25. Okay. Okay, question दोबारा सुनिए रिमझिम. Question says that there is a person C, the Charlie, he is getting calls from exactly 2 colleges. So what can be his minimum score obtained in any of the sections? Rehan says college 3, 50, 50, 46, 25. Okay. But that will be only college 3, na? The person must be getting calls from exactly 2 colleges. Archie, 21 will not satisfy. 21 you can only satisfy this third college, college 3. You can get 50, 50, 50 in 3 sections, and in third section you can get 21. So, but total 171 will satisfy only one of the colleges. But we want that the person must get calls from exactly 2 colleges. So 21 is certainly not feasible. Yes, 25 can be, and as one of you said that college 2 and college 3 should be our target. So let's see, college 2 will be 25. See, marks are same, the person is same, is having same scorecard. So which college is give the call and which do not, that we have to see. So certainly if we want to minimize score in one of the sections, so clearly overall score, that is aggregate score, should also be least possible, and the least possible aggregate cutoff required is for these 2 colleges, that is 175 and 171, right? So that means if a person is having 175 score overall, if there is 175 score, then he can get calls from these 2 colleges, but certainly he will not be getting a call from any of the other 4 colleges. Is that point okay? So minimum, to get minimum score in one of the sections, so I'm considering the lowest score in overall also, overall aggregate marks also. So 175 is if my lowest overall score, then certainly all other 4 colleges are out of the contention. So now these 2 colleges must give a call certainly. So we need to distribute the marks in such a way that all the sectional cutoffs are also cleared, and simultaneously I am getting the least possible score in one of the sections. So we can see very easily, that's the easy part. In section D also there is no cutoff for both the colleges, and in section A also there is no cutoff for the colleges. So in any one of these 2 sections I can keep the score lowest, and in all others I can maximize the scores. So certainly 50, 50, 50 and 25, that will work. So 25 is certainly the lowest marks in a section which is being asked in this particular question. And let's check the options. So it is 0, 21, 25, 35, 41. So 20 we have already denied. So 21 is not feasible, because with 21 score overall, we cannot get calls from more than one college. Only 171 aggregate college that may give us a call at 21 score. Otherwise, it won't be feasible for other colleges. And 0 is certainly not possible. And then 25 is the next lowest, and also this is the only value which is lowest value possible. I hope it is clear to everyone. Right? So we will be discussing more questions in the sessions from next week. So those of you who have not enrolled yet, so you can enroll for the XAT course. We'll be discussing quant, different topics of quant, as well as this data interpretation, logical reasoning. So all variety of things will be there. This verbal, GK, and decision making, everything will be there. So see you next week. Thank you. So I hope this session may have added some value to your already existing brilliant set of knowledge. So the question again, please. Okay, here is the question. And by the way, as I said, mentioned that this set is from XAT paper, I think 2008. So thank you everyone. I will take your leave now. You can take a screenshot of the questions if you wish. It was my pleasure to be with all of you, great minds, Kanishk, Rehan, Nishant, Rimjim. Thank you. And everyone else also. Don't mind if I'm not able to take your name, because I'm only reading your names from the comments. So many of you might be there who have not commented at all. But I can see that you are here and you are understanding. Thank you.